everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here, a very warm welcome to you. My name's Emily and I am a knitter, crocheter and very occasional sewer. Today's episode is my weekly podcast, so I'll be covering any updates, any finished objects, any works in progress that I've worked on in the last week or so, any cast-ons and any acquisitions. Before we get stuck in though, how are you all today? I hope that you're all doing well and that you've been having a really lovely week so far. The sun is shining in the UK. It's been beautiful weather-wise, so I hope that you've been making the most of it if you have had good weather and you like good weather. I do like good weather. I don't like it when it's really hot though, so it's been perfect at the minute because it's quite chilly still on the air, but when the sun's out, it's really nice, makes my mood lighter, if you will. I am good this week. I'm very tired. I've been pulling a lot of hours at work, and I mean a lot. So it's been a bit much again, but I feel like I'm coping a bit better. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I do feel like I am slowly getting there and the workload is going to start going down a little bit. And hopefully I can recover from the manicness that has been and yeah, just get back to my normal routines because I've been completely thrown for a loop. I have not been exercising, I've not been eating properly, and yeah, it's not good for me. So I am very much looking forward to getting back on track, getting my rhythm back and actually being kinder to myself. I think that's definitely the one, and it's much needed. But this weekend we will be seeing lovely people, wonderful family. Rob's family are coming down from up north. They are staying nearby and we are going to be spending the weekend with them, so really excited for that because we just don't see them enough. So it's really nice that they are coming down here and we get to enjoy some of the local areas with them, so that's going to be really nice. I have been very busy. All that being said, I've been very busy with all my projects, so I do have a lot to get through today to show you, and I'm quite excited because there's some things that I'm really excited to show you, and I don't know if you are ready for them. But we're going to start with updates, and I do have a couple. The first one is that I have a new video that's going to be coming out tomorrow morning. So I have finished something. I'll tell you because you're going to see it in a minute anyway. I have finished my project bag that I was sewing. So I showed you it last week in last week's podcast at the end of the video, just to kind of remind myself, hey, this is here and don't forget we need to finish this, because I have been filming a project vlog while I've been making it. I understand that it is sewing, and I know a lot of yourselves who do watch me are knitters or crocheters. You aren't necessarily sewers, so it might not be a video for you, but I have done it as kind of a test run, if you will, to try and see if it's something that I can do and also if it's something that interests you. Now, it is a project bag that I have sewn, but the project bag can be used for anything. I'm going to use it for my knitting, so it might interest you a little bit. It's a little bit more complex than my normal project bags that I make, so that's why I really wanted to do it and why I wanted to film the process. And yes, I'm going to be editing that today, which is actually Wednesday the 9th of April. I'm going to be editing that today, so it'll be ready for you Saturday at 10 AM UK time. That's Saturday the 12th of April, so that'll be with you. The next video that I have for you as well, I haven't filmed this one yet, but I am hoping that I'm going to be able to finish a little bit early tomorrow and film it tomorrow. Tomorrow being Thursday, I am filming this very much in advance. It just gives me time to edit, and then it also means that if I am having a very terrible day and I'm stumbling over my words too much, then I can refilm. That's why I have a bit of a buffer. But yes, so I am filming Wednesday. I'm going to hopefully film the works in progress video for you on Thursday, and that will be available on Sunday the 13th of April at 10 AM UK time. So there's going to be 3 videos this week, back to back to back. That's quite exciting. If I can film them all in time. As I say, the project video is definitely coming out. That will be definitely with you on Saturday. You're seeing this today, and then I am hoping to get that works in progress. It's a works in progress roundup video. I do it every quarter. It's still fairly new to the channel, so I'm still trying to work out the kinks, but I am doing it every quarter, so end of March, it's time to film one. And basically I will go through every single work in progress that I have on the needles or hook at this point in time. I will go through them, I will show you them, I will tell you the patterns, I will tell you the yarn, and I will then decide if I am frogging or finishing. But a lot of them are quite long-term whips. They've been with me for a while, they've been whips for a long time, and I'm still not quite there in terms of whether or not to frog or finish. So most of them are probably going to be finish, but it's an interesting thing, especially for those of you who are new around here. It's kind of a nice way for you to see the kind of projects that I am working on, and also you'll be able to give me a little nudge in the comments and tell me which projects you really think I should finish. I know one, which I'm going to show you in a moment, that I definitely need to finish, and I'm very upset with myself that I haven't finished it yet. But anyway, those are the upcoming videos. So it's going to be a busy video release for you all, but I hope that you enjoy them all. I do work quite hard on the videos, so I hope that you do enjoy. Right, that then brings us into finished objects, and I do have some finished objects this week. The first one is going to be very obvious as to what it is, because I've just told you that the video is coming on Saturday, so no surprise really here, but I have finished my project bag that I've been sewing. So this is I think it's just called Project Bag, and it's by Laula Patterns. I will tag the pattern in the description below, as well as the same can be said for all the patterns that I mention in the video, as well as independent yarn dyers. I will list everything in the description below. But this is it. It is finished. I won't go into too much detail because there is an entire vlog about this coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But the fabric is gorgeous. It is a Starry Night inspired fabric. I love it. I got it in a So Hayley Jane box. It was a little while ago, but it was one of the supplementary fabric. Well, it was the supplementary fabric in that box. But it's beautiful. I love it. And when I saw this pattern in the shop, in the Etsy store, I just thought, what a perfect way to use this fabric. So I'm really happy. It's got 2 pockets on the front that have the lining fabric on the back, and then it has this lovely piece that comes up here, which is a drawstring. There is nothing in here at the minute. It is hot off the press, everybody. I've only just finished it. But yes, so you can open the drawstring, and inside you can see there is some pockets. 2 pockets here. It's quite difficult to show you. I've not figured out a way to show in a good way. I could probably pull the lining out of it. No, I'm not going to, but you'll see it in the project video anyway. But there is a elasticated pocket in there. Yes, I did decide to do the elastic. In the end, it actually is fine, so I'm all right with that. And then on the other side, there is a zipper pocket. Yes, you can see that one, the zipper pocket. There is also a little loop here for attaching the stitch markers if you so choose. And then there is also a little pocket here for slipping in any pens or crochet hooks or needles if you so choose. So there's quite a lot going on in this pattern, and I did really enjoy it in the end actually. Probably wouldn't make it again, but again, check out the project blog tomorrow, and I go into quite a lot more detail in the process of making this and my thoughts and feelings. So yeah, let me know what you think of that video. I'd be really really intrigued. But yes, this is finished object number 1. About time. Right, but that is done, so I can start using it for all my wonderful crafty goodness. I have a project actually that I think I know can go in there quite nicely, because it is busting at the seams in the project bag that it's currently in. Right, so the next finished object that I have for you is I have finished Rob's socks. So these are the Manila socks by the Blue Mouse. Let me hold that up. And basically it's a worsted weight vanilla sock pattern, which is perfect for me because I had leftover yarn from my Dartmoor sweater. The yarn I used was Drops Nepal Mix. I can't remember the colourway, I do apologise, but if you check out last week's podcast, I will tag it up here, because I've been a fool and I haven't, no, it's not in there, is it? I haven't bought the yarn bands over. It's not very clever of me, is it? But yes, please check out that podcast from last week and you will see, skip to the section where it says vanilla socks in the chapters, and then you'll see the actual colourways. But yes, Dartmoor sweater yarn, I had leftovers. Rob needed socks. I made him a pair of socks a long time ago. They were single ply, 100% wool, so they didn't last very long, and he's been very upset since they wore through. So these have been a long time coming, but all that to say, I used the leftover yarn from my Dartmoor sweater, so if that's why they look familiar, yes, that is why. But the yarn was Drops Nepal Mix, and I held that together with Drops Kid Silk Mohair, so they're very luxury socks, but I'm sure he's going to be very happy. I haven't blocked them. I don't see the need really, because they look fine and he's just going to be lounging around in them, so he's very excited to have these, that's for sure. But the issue is now the weather's getting nice and warm, but I think we've got a cold spell coming, so hopefully he'll get some good use out of these before the summer properly hits. But I'm really happy to have these finished and for Rob to have a pair of socks. I better get started on his other ones, hadn't I? And his hat. Oh goodness, I've got a fair amount to make for Rob. But yes, those are the vanilla socks by the Blue Mouse. Right, and the final finished object. Yes, I have 3 this week. I'm really happy. The final finished object that I have to show you this week, I'm so happy it's done because I've been wanting to wear it, and it's just been on the needles for so long, and it's about time I finished it. So that is the Rad Plaid Cowl by Andrea Mowry. Here it is. It's beautiful. I am so happy with it. I was very nervous about seaming it because it is basically you Kitchener stitch the seam together. And if you remember when I mentioned about the not Rad Plaid Cowl, this is the Rad Plaid Cowl, but the Radvent cardigan that I made for Vlogmas this year, you have to Kitchener stitch up the back, and I did not enjoy that one bit because it's a long seam of Kitchener stitch and I was dreading doing this, but it was absolutely fine really. I think I'm used to doing Kitchener stitch now, so it really didn't bother me. And you can't see where I Kitchener stitched. It was here is where I did it, but you can't see it. I think it's fantastic. Initially, I would say just be careful when you align it, because when I aligned it initially, the seam was off by 1. So basically these white stitches were 1 across, so it didn't line up perfectly. So I just moved 1 stitch around and then started again, and they now line up perfectly and you can't tell. So really happy. I could not be happier with this project. It's gorgeous. I may as well put it on, mightn't I? There we go. So I did finish this early because, as you can see, it's quite large on me. I perhaps would have liked it a bit smaller because when I wear a cowl, I like it to be against my neck. But as you can see, I can just fold it like that, put my coat on, and I'm away. It's snug, it's nice, it's lovely, but I've also got that option to have it a little bit open as well if I want. It is, as I say, I finished it early from what the pattern said. I think about 2 inches shorter than the pattern. But I mean, it does stretch a little when you block it, which I did. And yeah, it's just a really nice pattern. It's really good fun to make. Once you get your head around how the pattern works, you don't need to look at the pattern again until you've reached the length that you want or the length that the pattern states. It's completely up to you. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. The yarn that I used is by Boscastle Yarn, the wonderful Tanya. Loved using her yarn. The colourways, unfortunately, the yarn is now sitting waiting to go into some of my blankets, so I don't have it physically to show you, but it is here. So this lovely white colour was her colourway Gorse and Granite. Then this gorgeous green colourway was called Valency Valley, and then this lovely blue Surrey Alpaca was called Crowdy, and it's just divine. I'm really happy. I bought the yarn as a kit from Tanya, and honestly, the colourways together are just phenomenal. They are not colourways that I would have reached for. Ordinarily, I usually go for blues, purples and things like that, but I thought I'm stepping outside my comfort zone here because I think this is going to work beautifully. And honestly, look at that. It's such a beautiful combination of colours. So awesome job there, Tanya. Really, really good job. It's beautiful and I'm so happy with it. So that is my other finished object. So that's 3 finished objects. I'm really pleased. Compared to the last month, I think I've finished more objects in this week than I did in the whole of March, but that's fine. Sometimes you get lots done, sometimes you don't, and yeah, March just wasn't happening for me, clearly. Right, that brings us on to works in progress, and boy, there's a pile. It's here and here actually, so yeah, there's a pile. So where am I starting actually? We're starting here, so I may as well just dive in because there's just a lot. So the first work in progress that I have to show you some progress on is, you've probably just seen it, but it is the gorgeous, 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 gorgeous April Snow Wrap by Andreas Ruthman. Oh, look at this. I know I'm completely covering my face, but I don't care because this is beautiful. The yarn and the project, stunning. I love this so much. It's just gorgeous. So this was also a kit. The yarn is by Zakami Yarn. I do actually have the yarn here because it's attached, so I can show you the label. Please forgive me, my labels are scrunched, so they're not looking their best, but you get the idea. So Zakami Yarn, and the colourways. So this colourway, the lovely grey with the hits of colour, is called Portable Campfire. And then the other yarn that I'm using is this lovely brown, and that is called Cinnamon Stone. And they basically put together a kit of colourways. Again, this was outside my comfort zone. I almost went for the white and pink. I think it was white and pink, wasn't it? A speckled one. It was stunning, but I went for this colourway because I thought it's not my usual, but I love it, and it's very autumn colours, I feel. So here it is once again, lovely. So it is an assigned pooling project, as you can see. Wherever the yarn changes colour, the nature of the stitch changes in these grey and speckled sections. Then we stripe in these sections, and I think it's so effective. It looks amazing. I'm so happy. But where am I? I am working my way through slowly but surely. Where is my marker? Here we are. So there's my marker. I haven't done a massive amount, but any amount of work on it is a win in my eyes, and I am getting there slowly on this section. Basically, I need to get this section as long as this stripy section, which is quite long actually looking at it here. This section I need to replicate here. So we're getting there slowly, but once I've done this last striping section, I then just need to do this final triangle on the other end, and then that is the project done. Now, this has been on the needle quite a while now, so I would very much like to get it finished. It's not too difficult a project to do. It is quite fun. At the minute, it is literally just knitting and purling for the striping sections. And when I get to this section, it's really not that arduous. I will need to reread how to do these flecks of colour. But I think I can remember actually. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm so happy with it. But yes, that is the April Snow Wrap by Andreas Ruthman. There we go. Right. The next project that I have to show you is one of my most recent starts. And I basically ended up with quite a poorly head yesterday. I got home from work Tuesday, and I don't know what was wrong with me. I had just had a headache all day, and it was one of those eye headaches, and I was sick of looking at computers. Usually when I get home, I'll put my laptop on, I'll have a game going, one of my strategy games. So I'll set it up, I'll start building the city, and then while everyone's gathering resources and building, then I can just sit and knit. So that tends to be what I do. Planet Base is what I'm playing at the minute, because Planet Base 2 is coming if you are a Planet Base fan. I love Planet Base. Anyway, so Planet Base 2 is coming, so I am trying to get all of my things done on Planet Base 1 at the minute. So that is my go-to kind of put it on in the background game. but I couldn't even do that yesterday. On Tuesday, I forget, this is Friday for yourselves, so I don't want to get too confusing, but on Tuesday I couldn't even do that. So I went to bed and I just worked on this project because it didn't require much concentration and I could even close my eyes at points. So yeah, I got a bit of work done on this. Really pleased. So the project is the lovely Adriata vest by Hohi Locatelli. I have been loving this project. Now, if you remember, sorry, Rob's messaging me, bless him. If you remember, I made this, I think I started it about 2 weeks ago, and I started it, I'd measured myself incorrectly, so I had to frog it and start again. That's basically what I did last week. And then this week I've just been ploughing ahead. Now I do feel this is perhaps slightly too big now. I think I'm in between sizes, but we're going with it, it's fine. So here we are, it's getting there. I have well and truly joined at the armholes, and it's this gorgeous lacework pattern that goes down the side that I love. Let me move that out of the way, there we go. Just, it's, oh, if I can hold it properly it would be great. There we go. It is stunning. I am in love with this pattern. I am used to the pattern now, so I don't need to look at the pattern to do it. I just have my tablet open and then I just tick off whatever row I'm on. That's all good. And then the body part is just knitting. So you're knitting and then you get to your lacework section, do the lacework section, and then knitting again. So hence why I was able to close my eyes. It was a dream yesterday, just knitting away. But if I show you here, that is where I got to last week, and as you can see I've done, oh gosh, why did I pause here? Why couldn't I have paused on the back? There we go. So I've done a decent amount of work on this. It is a vest top, so there's no sleeves that I've got to put on. All I've got to do is keep going until the length is right, then do the ribbing, and then I think I have to pick up and do a nice finish on the neck as well. But I really, really am happy with this. It's lovely. Oh, it's going to be so nice to wear. Hopefully the nice weather will come back and this will be ready in good time for when I go on holiday. Very excited for that. The yarn that I'm using, let me tell you about the yarn. The yarn that I'm using is by Rowan. It is called Creative Linen, and that is a makeup of, I believe it is 50%. Yep, 50% linen and 50% cotton, and the colour that I'm using is shade number 00620. There you go, and it's lovely. I have been loving working with this. It's beautiful. So that is my Adriata by, the Adriata by Hohi Locatelli. Right, the next one is the wonderful, wonderful March gnome. Now it is still in progress because it's not in the finished objects, but I have finished the body, the hat and the body. So Gnicole, this is Gnicole by Sarah Shearer, and it is in her Gnomes of Grimblewood book. So this is Gnicole, as I've just said. I'm using Botanical Yarns yarn to make her. Again, I don't have colourways for you because I bought loads of mystery mini bags from Sophie at Botanical Yarn, so none of them had names, I'm afraid, but obviously I'm using blue and purple at the moment, and you can see that I finished the hat. The hat is lovely. It's this really nice cable work going all the way up. Then there's this really cute little tassel at the top. I'm really happy with that. Then I finished the body. She's all sealed up and good to go. She's even weighted. That's where I was the last time I showed you, actually. I'd done quite a bit the last time I showed you. I hadn't realised that, but yes, there she is. I've also done her beard. Let me put that on so I can show you in all its glory because it's delightful. I love this beard. So this is a new beard to me. There we go. It's a lovely curly beard. I think it's great. So let me just try and pin that. There we go. So the beard was great fun to make. All the instructions, I do apologise, that was my stomach. If you heard a grumbling sound, that was me. Anyway, So this beard was great fun to make, as I said. All the instructions on how to make all the different pieces are in the book. Very detailed instructions, fantastic to follow. So really enjoyed making this one. It was great. So as you can see, I just need to attach it, then I need to put the nose on, and then I need to do the arms. And then that is Gnicole done, and then I can start my April gnome. But I think my April gnome might become my May gnome. I might skip April because, yes, there's a lot going on. But anyway, that is the state of Gnicole. She's nearly there. I decided I could have pushed and finished her. Equally, there's another project here that I'm about to show you. Not about to show you, but in a bit I'm going to show you, that I also could have finished, but I didn't because I thought, you know what, I'm not going to break my back trying to get all these things finished because I had plans for different things. So that's why these items aren't finished yet. But hey, there you go. This is how I work and how I roll. I'm not going to push myself to finish something if I feel it's not feasible. So yes, on to the next item, and that is in this gorgeous bag. This bag is called Bertram, and he was made by the absolutely wonderful Paula from Stitch by Mrs. D. Love this. It's so soft. I am so grateful to have a Stitch by Mrs. D project bag. But yes, I will open him up, and the project that I have to show you is Darwin. Are you backwards? Oh, I don't know which way around you go. I think it's this way. So Darwin, this you've already seen. I've done his head and his body, and all I've done is I have finished. Oh no, I haven't finished at all. But I basically finished off this arm, and then I started the advanced hand. I've just got to put the thumb in, and then that arm and hand is finished. But by the time I finished these fingers, I just could not. I didn't have it in me to put the thumb in. And this is actually for Martyn of Knit 365's Toff Doll Along. But as you can see, I've completely fallen off the wagon with it. I started the month thinking, yes, it will be fine. I will keep up and it will be great. I will get this done in time for the end of the crochet along. But no, not a chance. I completely fell off the wagon, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But at least he's started, and I will get further along at some point. But yes, that is Charles Darwin by Toft. All right, what's the next one? I think it's this one. No, oh yes it is. It's this one. Okay, so this one you've not seen for a while because I am on the sleeves, and I was having a bit of a moment with the sleeves, to be honest, because I feel like I am going to finish all the rows before I get to the end of the sleeve, and I was a bit panicky about it, so that's why I've not picked it up. But I thought, enough's enough, let's just do it and see how we get on. I know I'm going to run out of rows, but I'm going to start adding extra rows in with the yarn, because basically I'm following what I did for the body on the sleeves. My sleeves are going to be longer than the body, so yeah, that's where all that panic situation came from. But I am proud and happy to show you the lovely Catkins Sweater. This is a pattern by Unwind Knitwear, Rachel Ilsley of Unwind Knitwear, and the gorgeous yarn is by Fibre Fox, and it was her 2024 advent calendar, and the theme was the witching hour. I believe that's right. I think it was the witching hour. But aren't those colours stunning? What a beautiful fade that was. It's the first time I've ever had a fade as an advent calendar, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. It's not something I would probably go for again, just because the amount of, not stress, but the amount of thinking I've had to do with this has been phenomenal, and I don't need to be encouraged to pause a project, basically, and this one has had me pausing quite a bit. Despite the fact that it's been an absolute joy to knit, I would probably want to make it in a solid colour, because I feel like the process of it will be really good fun. Not that this wasn't fun, this was really good fun. And Rachel, in her pattern, has been brilliant, because she gives you certain weights of when you change colour. And it's amazing. She basically holds your hand through the whole process. But I have been overthinking, and I have been trying to keep the sleeve in line with the body, which it is at the minute, but I think I need to start branching out and making it so that I can use the yarn so that the sleeve will be long enough. That is it, really. But it's this beautiful pattern with these gorgeous dip stitches that go down. I have staggered the way mine finish, and on the back of it I have staggered them longer because there was some short row shaping in the back, so I basically extended the catkins at the back a bit. But it's beautiful. I've already tried it on. It fits like a glove. I am so happy with it. Just need to finish it. Now I am working on sleeve number 1, and it is purling in the round, which is fine. I don't mind that. I'm doing my best, but yeah, it's just taking a bit of time. It's a small circumference, and it's purling, so yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer than small circumference with stockinette stitch. But if I show you here, that's where you saw it the last time I showed you. So I've not done a massive amount in terms of knitting, but at least I've picked it up again. I'm so happy I picked it up again. But yeah, I really want to get this finished, because once that's done, that's another garment and that's another advent project finished. I think, how many more have I got left to do? I think I have, I think I've got 2 advents that I need to use. I've got my Woolly Mama from 2024. I've got 24 20 gram minis from that calendar to use. And then I have the Beehive Yarn, beautiful Beehive Yarn advent from 2024, which is stunning. It's almost a fade, but not quite. It's got a, you know, it's not a subtle fade like this. So I'd be quite happy to use it for a stripy sweater or something like that. I've got to think of the perfect project for it, because the colourway is beautiful, as you would expect from Beth. Just stunning. Anyway, so that is the Catkins Sweater by Rachel Ilsley of Unwind Knitwear, using the beautiful Fibre Fox advent from 2024. Okay, right, that brings us on to this beast down here. Now, I haven't put too much work into this project, but the fact that I picked it up is the reason I'm showing it to you, because I'm so proud of myself. And this is the project that I really, really need to finish, because it's for the house. And I started it a long time ago. In fact, I started this project when I started my channel. So that's quite a few years ago now. 2 or 3 years, I can't remember exactly when. But needs to get done. It needs to be finished, especially now that we have purchased this house and we are staying here. We know we're staying, so I need to finish it, right? I need to give it as a gift to the house. So without further ado, this is the beautiful, which way around are we? We're this way around. Oh gosh. The beautiful, I hope you can hear me through that, the beautiful Diamond Lattice Rug by Lily Knits. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's such a fantastic pattern. Now, I had been looking, this room is massive in terms, because it's the dining room and it's the living room. It's a through room. It's the whole length of the house. So it's a big room and I wanted a big rug. But trying to find the rug that I was after, that I had in my head, was really difficult. I couldn't find the right kind of rug. And then while I was Googling one day, I came across this rug and I thought, my gosh, that's the rug. That is the rug that I want. It's really heavy. That's the rug I want. And I realised it was a crochet pattern. So I got very excited. I said to Rob, I'm going to buy the yarn. Do you like this rug before I start? Because I don't want you to hate the rug and me do all this work and then you hate the rug. He loves it. I've already put it on the floor where it's going to go, and we've walked on it. It's soft, it's perfect, it's wonderful. I just need to finish it. So yeah, I love it. It's gorgeous. So yeah, this is the Diamond Lattice Rug by Lily Knits. This is where I got to the last time I showed you. As you can see, really not a lot of work in there, but it is quite a bit of work, because it's quite wide. If I hold this out, it's quite wide. And if I hold it up, oh my gosh, there we go. That is how big it is. It's, because of the size of it, it's quite difficult to maneuver. So working on it isn't the easiest thing. I can't just sit on the sofa and pick it up and do a few rows, because it's a bit of an arm workout. And a finger workout, because my fingers do tend to ache a little bit after working on it. It's a really nice construction because you are holding the yarn. Oh, Both yarns are attached, so both the white and the black are, well, it's kind of a grey, isn't it, really? But both yarns are being used at the same time. The idea is you crochet over the top of the yarn that you're not using, and then you swap as you go. So you're holding the yarn to the back in some cases, or to the front in some cases, just to keep them all on one side. And it's a really clever thing. I've never done that before, so I've really enjoyed doing that. I've learned new things with this, but as I say, it's just very, very cumbersome, very heavy, and that is why it's not getting picked up as often as it should be. But I am definitely trying to get a couple of rows in at least a week, because it's never going to get done otherwise. And you know, I don't want it to be another couple of years and this rug still sitting there waiting to be finished. But yeah, really pleased with it. I love it so much. The yarn I'm using is by Hobby, or Hobie, I think some people refer to it as, but I call it Hobby. They are these two. Unfortunately, I have left the ball bands in there, so I can't remember the colour names, but it is their ribbon yarn. So I believe it's 100% cotton. It looks like this. It's like a ribbon. Well, yeah, that's probably why it's called ribbon. But yeah, it's really nice yarn to work with actually, and it is really soft despite the fact it's really heavy and thick, but it's lovely. And I'm really excited to have it as a rug, but I just need to hurry up and get it done. But yes, so that is the Diamond Lattice Rug by Lily Knits. All right, woo, we're nearly there. That brings us to the final work in progress that I have been working on. And this one I really should have got finished, but I just reached a point in the week and I just thought, no, it's not going to get done for the podcast, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You guys don't mind, do you? But I do need to get this finished, definitely. This is highest on the list, to be honest, because this is for my friend, and that is the Dotty Cardigan by All About Amy. If you've been with me for a while, you will know that I have made this project a number of times. I believe I made it. This is my 4th time making it. I've made one for myself, one for my friend, one for my cousin, and this is for another friend. As you can see, ends are all over the place, but I have started sewing them in because I have now attached I've picked up and I knitted the collar, the button band, the faux button band. I've also attached the sleeves. The sleeves are in. So this is basically a cardigan now. There you are. It's gorgeous. I love this cardigan so much, as you can tell, but I think she's going to really like it, and I'm really happy that I've gotten to where I've gotten. As I say, just got to sew in the ends, and the only other thing I need to do is to attach these 2 pockets, and then that is done, I believe. Yeah, that's done then. So as you can tell, very close. I just didn't have the capacity in my brain to finish it, and I don't want to do it a disservice. I want to do a nice job so my friend has a nice cardigan. But yes, so that is the not Diamond Lattice Rug. This is the Dotty Cardigan by All About Amy. The yarn that I am using is by Stylecraft. It is Stylecraft Special Chunky. It is 100% premium acrylic, and it is in the colourway Parchment. I have enough of this yarn, the exact same yarn, to make myself another Dotty cardigan for myself, because I love that colourway. It's beautiful, and the one that I've got is this colour actually. It's this kind of green colour. Really nice, love it, but I would quite like a parchment coloured one, because I think that'd just be, yeah, just be nice. So there is another one in my future, so that is how much I love the pattern. Right, that brings us to the next section, which is cast-ons, and there are none. Once again, there are no cast-ons this week. Again, very close to casting on that shorts and top set. I probably could now that I have finished a couple of things, but I'm going to resist a little bit longer just to kind of, you know, get a few more things done, especially the Dotty cardigan. If I could finish the Dotty cardigan, I might reward myself with a cheeky cast on. I think that's all right, isn't it? So that brings us to the final section for today, and that is my acquisitions. Now, I did speak to you last week about advents, and I have made an advent purchase. So I did mention last week that I'd made the purchase. I pre-ordered the Along Avec Anna advent. Tick, that's good. And then I was in a bit of a conundrum as to which advent I was going to get. So this was going to be my 24 20 gram mini advent. And I wasn't sure which one. It was a toss-up between two. It was a toss-up between Blue Fern Yarns. I believe, was it Blue Fern Yarns? Oh no, hang on. Bear with me. I have already forgotten. It was only last week, wasn't it? Right, let me see. It was a toss-up between... Yes, it was a toss-up between Blue Fern Yarns Weather the Storm Advent. Beautiful, beautiful mood boards. And the theme of it is so spot on at the minute. And I know one of your wonderful selves did comment and say you were the lone voice for this one, I'm afraid. But yes, you are right. I think from the year that I've been having, and I know that a couple of you have been having as well, Weather the Storm is a spot on topic. It's a beautiful theme. The other one was, bear with, I'm just getting back onto my notes. The other one was by Folk Yarn Studio, and it was a Buffy themed advent calendar. And I went for the Buffy one purely because I am such a fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and it kind of encompasses my youth, if you will. I grew up with Buffy, so it just makes sense. And I'm excited because although Blue Fern Yarns are a new company, I've not bought from Blue Fern Yarns yet. I definitely intend to, because the work that they do in their yarn is beautiful. Folk Yarn Studio are also a new dyer to me as well, so I'm super excited that I will be getting an advent from a new dyer to me. I'm going to be trying new things this year. I'm very, very excited. So I did get the Buffy one. And I went for something a little bit different. So I usually go for fingering weight sock yarn. So it's fingering weight, usually, what is it, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I know what I'm doing with that. It's fine. It's the base that I always go for. So that's generally what I go for advents. But I've switched it up a little bit this year because Folk Yarn Studio were doing a base that I love. And I don't know why I don't have any items made out of this kind of yarn yet. So I went for the Tweedy 4-ply base. I'm so excited. It's ridiculous how excited I am about this. I haven't bought any Tweedy yarn. So Tweedy yarn is usually the yarn that has those lovely little multicoloured neps in. And it just elevates the yarn in such a beautiful way. And I don't have... that I can think of, unless I've bought yarn that I've forgotten about. But I don't think I have any Tweedy style yarn, or is it Donegal yarn? Excuse my pronunciation. Clearly I haven't bought any of this yarn yet, but I definitely keep eyeing it up, and I believe Tweedy is similar in that sense. So I am very, very excited for this. Trying a new base, trying a new yarn dyer, going for a theme that's going to bring me joy over the holiday period. And I also opted for the day 25 as well. So I paid a little bit extra to get the Tweedy base, and I paid a little bit extra to get the day 25, because this is going to be the only 24 20 gram mini calendar that I'm going to have this year. Other years I have gone a bit above and beyond, but this year I'm reeling myself in. I'm going to have the one. I'm going to have the Along Avec Anna, and then I am going to go for the Toft Advent as well. The Toft Advent I have done before, but really excited to try new things with the Along Avec Anna and with this Advent. But that's the one I've gone for. Very excited, so I hope that you are excited to maybe watch along with me in Vlogmas. I'm sure I'm going to love it. It's going to be great fun. So I'm going to need some ideas in terms of what I'm going to make with it, because those of you who have been with me for a little while, you'll know that I like to have an advent cast on. Although Along Avec Anna is going to be a weekly new project, I'm going to try and do that. I usually cast on one of my 24 20 gram mini calendars. 2024, I actually cast on 2. I cast on the Rad Vent and I cast on the Catkins Sweater. There were reasons for that. I'll tag the playlist up here if you want to follow along with that journey, but yeah, it was quite the journey. But I do have one more thing to show you, and it is an acquisition that I can physically show you. It is a little bit different, but I'm super excited because this year I really, really want to make my Christmas party dress. I really want to make it. So every year with work, we usually go to somewhere. The last couple of years have been really fancy, so everybody dresses up really nice and all of this. I have been through my dresses in my wardrobe because I refuse to buy a new dress. I've been through all the dresses in my wardrobe several times, so I figured it was time to have a new dress this year, treat myself. And then I thought, oh, why don't I make said dress? You know, just make things more difficult for myself, because I really struggle to find a dress style that I like and that is in a fabric that I like, and so on and so forth. You don't need the full story, but anyway, I have found a dress that I really like, and then I bought some fabric the other day, but it's not quite right. I'll show you the dress first. So it's out of this book, Make It Simple. I mean, I can't go wrong. It's a Make It Simple book. It should be simple. Fingers crossed. I'm obviously not going to make it anytime soon. It'll be towards the latter end of the year, maybe October. Might start making it on October. But anyway, it's the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book, and I am going to be making the, oh, wrong bookmark. I am going to be making the, I think it is, it's all right, it's not the actual dress. So the actual dress is this one. It is the Suki dress. So you can see it's a really oversized, oh gosh, there we go. It's quite an oversized kind of, almost looks loungy there, I'd say, but it's beautiful. Beautiful. But I have decided to opt for this version because this version I think will suit me better, and it will look stunning in the fabric that I have picked out. So this is the version of that dress. So it is the base is the same. It's still that oversized dress. The sleeves are shorter, and as you can see, there's this belt in the middle which cinches the waist in. Oh, there we go. I love that fabric. It looks stunning. So that is my plan. Because it can be dressed up, it can be dressed down. That's the thinking. So let me put that in there. The first, oh sorry, I knocked you, didn't mean to. Right, the first fabric, I may as well show you, hang on. Is in here. Oh dear. It's my squirreled away fabric drawer. But this is the first fabric that I got for that dress. I even got lining and everything. I'll show you this one because they couldn't give me the full amount that I ordered. It had to be in 2 parts. But yes, this was the fabric that I initially saw. I think it's stunning, and I'm still tempted to make it in this fabric. But as you can see, extremely drapey. It also frays like nobody's business. This, I believe, is a satin viscose, or a viscose satin. I don't know which way around it is. But if I hold this up, you can see, hopefully. No, you can't. Oh, that's interesting. That is good knowledge, that. It's quite see-through. But apparently when you hold it up against your skin, it's not. But it's gorgeous. It is so light, floaty, dreamy. It's beautiful. I wonder if I hold it that way, you can see how see-through it is. But it is quite see-through. Anyway, it's beautiful. Love it. Satin, viscose satin. So it's quite shiny, it's quite slippy, it's going to be a nightmare to put through the machine, but it will be so worth it to make something stunning out of this. I do have more than just this. It's just, as I say, they had to make up the remaining that I ordered, the remaining ½ metre, I think that is. So they gave me 2.5 metres as a continuous, and then ½ metre like this. But yeah, it's fraying like nobody's business, so I need to overlock the edges. I did get some lining fabric, which is here. It's anti-static lining fabric. It's nothing special. It's just because I thought, oh, it's going to be quite see-through, so I better protect myself. Also, I kind of knew it was going to be rather floaty, so I thought, a lining will stiffen it a bit, because that Suki dress, it has a bit of structure to it. So yeah, that's why I got that. Beautiful. I do still want to use it, But I was perusing the other day and came across this other fabric, which I think is going to work a lot better. Plus, I have shoes that should match this fabric. So that fabric is here. Oh, look at that. I am in love with this fabric. It has so much more structure to it. It's still got drape, but it's got a lot of structure to it as well. Plus it's red, which is quite Christmassy. And I think it will be stunning in this. As I say, I've got some shoes that will match this perfectly. I've got some shoes that will match the other fabric as well. They're just plain blue shoes, but actually I think the shoes that I think match with this are the shoes that I showed you last year when I went to the Christmas do. But yes, I think it's going to look really nice in this. As I say, this fabric has a lot more structure to it. It's a lot thicker. It's not see-through. It's really, really lovely fabric. I think they call it suiting fabric. So it's quite heavy actually, but I think it's going to be better, especially that time of year, because it's going to be thicker, it's going to be more structured, and it's going to be warmer. But yes, so hopefully I'll be making, I have a bit of a theme going on, don't I? Flowers. I love flowers. Oh, I've just messed up the bigger piece of fabric. That's not good. Oh, it's so slippy, this fabric. I better get some more practice in before I work with that, because it's going to be quite difficult to work with. But yes, so this is what I'm going to use to make my dress for the Christmas do this year. That is the phone. I'll be back in a moment. My apologies, everyone. As you heard, I had a phone call, and boy can I waffle. That's for sure. Especially here as well. I hope you don't mind. Anyway, that's everything I have to show you. So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. As always, it really does mean the absolute world to me. Hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day and a fantastic weekend. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video.